Good afternoon, peace and blessings. I want to continue on with a segment I started yesterday when I was talking about confusion. I'm just literally just, checking off, the certain tactics that the devil uses, to attack you, psychologically. And the next one today is shame. The devil, he uses shame of your past, of your society, to psychologically attack you, to keep you under a spirit of confusion. If you were truly chosen, you were truly light of this world, if you were truly lover of God, you understand, you overstand these things that goes on in the matrix, this hidden, spiritual warfare in plain sight in this matrix. You understand. The devil has been watching us and lovers of God, since we were created, since we were born, since we were birthed through our physical mother, to line up certain things to shame you with. You just have to take your power back from the devil. You just have to not care. Me specifically, a lot of the things that the devil, uses to try to quote unquote shame me is kind of backfired because, I am not of a Baphomet, sexual orientation. So it's like, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't really know how to say it any better or clearer than that. There's just no way of shade to the LB community, but it is just a true fact that I've never done anything homosexual, in my life. I've never had a homosexual thought that I carried out. I don't view males attractive, in that way. It is just a fact. So the things that the devil throws at me of a shame tactic of my past don't make sense. They are nullified. The ability to witchcraft me has been taken away from, demonic agents, from Satan, from the devil, from high-ranking demons. It's been snatched away. Because for 3 years they abused that power. Because God gives people these demonic agents, these NPCs, high-ranking demons, whoever it may be that's conspiring against you, from the kingdom of darkness, a time limit on certain things that they can do demonically. It's always a time limit. It's always a timestamp. It's never to be forever. It's never to be continuous. But a lot of times demons seem to try to find loopholes for the shame tactics. But it also depends on if you are guarding your vessel, if you are bearing your cross. In the beginning when I was activated, I didn't understand that I was activated. The first year and a half I was activated for the kingdom of light. I wasn't aware of it. So I was still sinning with my vessel. I was still having sex with, demonic agents. I was still receiving curses. I was piling on curses without knowing so. But still, it is my fault for doing so. I blame myself. The devil sent me a few demonic agents into my life, intimate relationship, family, monitoring spirit, a lot of things, many variables, demonically, to link myself with spiritually. They're all nullified. They're all no more. They're things of the past. The devil's very angry about that. He's very upset. He didn't expect me to overcome the things that he sent from me because he in his, grand scheme of things, he most likely thought he, lined up things perfectly like dominoes, for, a grand finale or something. I'm not really sure. But he doesn't realize that a lot of his agents, majority of them are low intelligence. They don't know anything spiritual to save their soul. They're very low-level, basic demonic agents, They know very few things spiritually. They don't do the due diligence to become spiritual for the kingdom of darkness. They live a very selfish life based on distractions and selfishness and lust and glutton. All the 7 sins. That is what their lives are based on. Whatever it may be, the sin that is plaguing them the most, they're going to focus on that and enhance it. But this is nothing of spiritual gain for the kingdom of darkness. It is not for the betterment of the kingdom of darkness. It is for selfish reasons, for carnal-minded reasons. It is for reprobate-minded reasons. They do nothing for the devil. They are just his servants. They got accustomed to living with these demons. Got comfortable, complacent. They probably most likely didn't think other people would be activated for the kingdom of light. They thought it would be, demon world or something. This world would just be consumed and everybody would, be plagued with demons. That is just not the case. That is just an incorrect way to view life. These demons are disconnected from God, so they're not able to, they're under the spirit of confusion. So when they're trying to shame you, they do not understand that you are a word for Christ. You are carried by God. You are touched by God. You're blessed by God. God has already warped you, changed you, molded you for the things you have to do. There's nothing the devil can do about that. Once you are activated, God is already changing you. Your mind, your physical body, whatever it may be to get you to where he needs you to go and through the spiritual warfare. But they're disconnected from things of God on a spiritual level, so they will not understand this. They will not understand it. God warps your whole mind when you are activated. Because wisdom is key. The gift of discernment is one of the strongest gifts that you can have from Yahweh. It is wisdom. It's the ability to see spirits, test spirits. The spiritual knowledge, in your mental computer, between your skull and your flesh. On tap. Demonic agents, NPCs, demonic vessels, they're disconnected from God for a while. A lot of them before 2020, many after 2020 and during, COVID, pre-COVID, during COVID. They're disconnected from God. They're disconnected from spiritual knowledge of God. That's your biggest tactic. They want to stop you from understanding things of God in ways to combat the devil in the spiritual warfare. They want everybody to be plagued with demons. They want everybody to go to hell. That is the Freemason agenda. That is the demonic agenda being pushed into this world. They wish to everyone, to join them in hell. These men, these Baphomets, in my state, I'm from Connecticut, and I only can speak for Connecticut. These Baphomets, they seek to lie with me. They think I'm some type of spiritual, a sacrifice. If they lay with me, their soul will be cleansed. But it does not work that way. They're fools. They're carnal-minded. To mix sin with sin does not equal grace from God. It just equals more sin. There's no way sinning is going to cleanse anyone's soul. That is blasphemy. But they see you as a spiritual figure. They just don't understand things spiritually too well. They're disconnected from God. And it is not a shade. It is not a judgment. It's just a spiritual fact. It is just a biblical fact. It is in the Bible. God said, I will give them over to these mindsets, to these ways spiritually, to a disconnect state from him, a disconnected state from him, It's in the Bible. Once you do certain things to align yourself with demons, whether it may be through sacrifice or whether it may be through repetitious sin, continuous sin, not acknowledging your sins, not being sorry for your sins, you become a vessel for demons. You become an empty vessel for demons. Many lived that lifestyle before 2020, pre-COVID. And many after, through this demonic push of narcissism in our society. Because that is how you get demons. That is how you gain demons, living a narcissistic life. That's why narcissism is pushed. Toxic behavior, they call it toxic behavior, that's why it is pushed into the society. Because the devil wants everyone to go to hell. But you have to realize the devil was trying to attack your mind. The devil has no power over you more than what you give him. People don't understand that. People don't understand it. The only way the devil can attack you is if you allow him. The only way the devil can control you is if you allow him. Shame is of inconsequence if you are already chosen by God, if you're already activated and you are living your purpose. The things of your old life do not matter. That is a demonic agent's job to live the things of their shame. That is a narcissist's job to live out their shames, to try to overcome their shame and overcompensate for their shames, whatever they may be plagued with. That is not someone who is a child of God to be plagued with the spirit of shame, spirit of confusion. We only seek to serve God. They're not aware of this. You know, when I was first activated, many things demonically never made me feel shameful because I never was, you know, very keen on people's opinion, you know, in the first place. I mean, I'm blessed from Yahweh to just be like that, you know, naturally. But, you know, I just don't like people, you know, bothering me. I'm just not a very, you know, friendly. I'm not a people's person, so to speak. I'm very introverted. I'm very heavily introverted, just naturally. You know, by birth. You know, I'm more in company of myself than, you know, other people. If I choose to align myself with you and spend my time with you, it's because it's a choice. It's not because you are a necessity. It's because of choice. People don't realize this. Demonic agents don't realize this because they cannot fathom someone who thinks like that. They're not able to process it because they're under certain spirits. So when they see a person who just, you know, carries themselves like, you know, very introverted, very to themselves, very, you know, for God, they don't understand that you're an anomaly because the majority of demonic people are very extroverted. Just by the thing, you know, they're energy vampires. They're very extroverted. They have to do things. They have to be around people. They have to be constantly in drama and foolishness and reprobated-minded things to gain energy. But you as a children of God, as a child of God, you can just stay yourself. You gain natural energy from Yahweh. Just by going to sleep, just by waking up, just by walking, just by breathing, just by you gain natural spiritual energy from Yahweh. Just naturally. You don't really have to do certain extroverted things to gain energy. But this is something they will not ever understand because they're not spiritually aware. This is one of the many setbacks the devil has, you know, plagued them with. One of the many handicaps the devil has given to his demonic agents. You know, the first is them living their physical damnation in front of you if you're spiritually aware. The second is them not being spiritually aware. And the third is them not being able to adapt to the changing climate that Yahweh is pushing into this world. Yahweh is, in 2024 and going further, Yahweh is balancing things out in this world, spiritually. Things are being changed as we speak in the spiritual realm. The gospel is being pushed more. More people are turning over to church, they're changing their life. They're realizing, they're becoming aware. God wanted to separate the wheat from the tare in 2020. That's what it was about, to separate the wheat from the tare. Now it's about keeping us separate. And that doesn't mean hate, you know, demonic agents. You should never hate them. I do not hate demonic agents. I do not, you know, I choose not to hate them. You know, I hate the devil. I don't hate demonic agents. I hate the things that the devil has people do. I do not hate the people themselves. I hate demons. I hate the devil. I do not hate the vessel. Anyone who has done anything against me demonically, I do not hate them. I don't have the spirit of hate towards them. I just hate the things that they do demonically. The devil wishes for you to hate. He wishes for you to be, you know, so quote unquote, you know, shamed of people bothering you, of people, you know, giving you their 2 cents about your life, you know, which only, you know, should matter to you. That you will hate other people, that you will, you know, become reminiscent of a narcissist. That is one of the many tactics as well. Hate. He wants you to hate. He wants you to be under the spirit of hate. You must not fall under this foolishness. You must not fall under this foolishness. You must not fall for the trap. It's a trap. The devil has no power. Demons have no power more than what you give them. And if they do not have access to your vessel, if you are the light of this world, a chosen one, or if you are a true lover of God, they do not have access to your vessel. Period. So they have to do certain things to force you to give them access, or to make it seem. Everything with the devil is smoke and mirrors. Everything with demonic agents is smoke and mirrors. They'll tell you things subliminally. They'll do everything subliminal. Everything is reverse of what they say. You just have to be patient. You have to bear your cross daily. You have to do the things that you have to do with God. Draw closer to God. Lean on God's own understanding. Do not fall for the shame taxes of the devil. The shame is of the devil. Fear is of the devil. You know, I'm sorry as you hear noise distraction right now as we speak, you know, because I'm in a pavilion, I'm outside. I should be by myself, but of course, you know, a demonic agent has to come and do a noise distraction, which I usually do in my videos. In many previous videos, I can't really, you know, stress that anymore. I'm sorry for that. But as you hear, you know, a demonic noise distraction. Because I'm pushing a high vibrational frequency into the matrix. They call it the sun coming out. They give everything pagan names, subliminally, for things of spiritual. That's how foolish and carnal-minded they are. Everything is, given a nickname as it is a joke. As if things of God, things of Yahweh are a big joke to them. So when you preach the gospel, when you have visions, when you do anything of a high vibrational frequency, they call it, the sun coming out, because you're giving off a light into this world, a high vibrational frequency. Most likely because you were, like me, a chosen one, a lot of this world, or you are a true lover of God, not a false lover of God, like most people are in this world. As you see, things are being balanced into this world. You see TD Jakes, you see, you see a lot of people being exposed. A lot of things are coming to the light. Everything is coming to the light. The devil cannot hide what he has done into this world for any longer. It is done. Things are being balanced. Demonic agents, he gave them over to reprobated mind, to being NPCs, to being agents. Gave them a few years to get comfortable with it, and he snatched it away from them. And he's going to balance everything. You have to just be patient. You have to just be patient. The devil is scared. Demons are scared. The NPCs are scared. I see it in the spirit. They're very scared. They're very confused as to what's going on. They have no knowledge of what's going on, because they understand that things are being balanced. More people are being activated every month. Every season, things are changing. Things are balancing out. Every new season, things are balancing out. All you have to do is bear your cross daily. Draw closer to God every season. Bear your cross harder every season. Boast of your prayer regimen every season. Fight your sins harder every season. You'll see it. You'll understand it. And pray for the gift of discernment. You'll definitely see it. I have the gift of discernment. I have the gift to see through demonic, agendas, demonic assignments, see people's spirits, to decipher them and just act accordingly. Understand that things in this matrix are cause and effect. There's a chosen one that's like this world. As long as you are the effect and not the cause, you can get away with, a lot of things, spiritually. And you cannot be harmed. You cannot be affected, because we're not of this world. We're in this world, but we're not of this world. As long as demonic agents are the cause of things, like, when they bother you, when they witchcraft you, when they follow you, when they gang stalk you, when they do certain, as long as they're the cause, and then you affect, your reaction is nullified. Your reaction holds no weight, because that is the effect. This is a cause and effect in this matrix. As long as demons are being the cause and you are the effect, you are fine. You will go far with God. Do not be the cause. You have to realize it. You have to understand this. Be the effect, not the cause. Demons will always be the cause, because they're foolish. They will be attracted to you like flies on ish. They'll hate you and love you at the same time, until God puts you in a certain position where they have to remove themselves from you. But until you get there, be the effect, not the cause. If you rebuke demons, be the effect, not the cause. Make them make the first move. Take the power back from the devil. Take your authority back from the devil. Take your dominion back from these demons. Be the effect, and you'll be fine. In 2020, these demons witchcraft me to die, go to jail, prison, shot, killed, everything in the book demonically. I'm talking to you right now. It is 2024. Nothing has happened to me. Me and God are like Tim and Ginobili from the Spurs. We built a dynasty in these years. We seek to get a chip. We seek to get a championship, and we will. Especially this year. Every demonic soul tie that I had previously has been severed. And they will not come back. I will not come back. They will not come back. They understand that I know who they are. They will not show themselves to me. They will not talk to me, and I will not talk to them. It is done. Whatever the devil had in my life ceased to exist. It just has to manifest in the physical from the spiritual. You have to do the same thing as well. You have to strive to bear your cross daily. You have to lean on God's own understanding daily. It is not easy, but it is beneficial. It is pivotal. It is vital in the spiritual warfare. These demons are not equipped for the spiritual warfare. These demonic agents, they're poorly equipped. Take your dominion back from them. They're horribly equipped for the spiritual warfare. Once you get to a certain level spiritually, you'll be able to see it. They're horribly equipped. They do not know nothing of the things that are spiritual, that will actually affect God's children. They are horribly equipped for the spiritual warfare. So in the beginning, they will use the bare minimum basic, tactics, shame, confusion, gang stalking, those bare minimum things. But if they drag on, if they continue after a few years, that is the only thing the devil has on you. That means you are doing what you're supposed to do. The less things the devil has on you, the better you are. The more higher level you are. Better standing with God in God's kingdom of light you are. You have to realize, you have to understand it. The less things, if the devil is repeating the same tactics, using the same tactics towards you repeatedly in a loop, it is because he has nothing else on you. And he hates that fact, so he seeks to push all these things onto you simultaneously to try to see if that's going to work, but it will not, because God has stamped you. God will carry you. But they do not understand this. There's nothing the devil can do to stop God. The devil is a habitual loser in the spiritual warfare towards God. He's a habitual loser. He has a habit of losing in spiritual warfare since the days of Adam and Eve. He's a habitual loser towards God. There's never an inkling in the Bible where the devil has won against God. He has simultaneously lost every spiritual battle he has put against God. You are no different. It is just your time to be in the history books, in the rafters with God. Me and God are Tim and Ginobili. Our defense is impeccable in the spiritual warfare. You have to be the same. You have to build spiritual strongholds in your life that are so heavy that the devil cannot push you. He cannot waver you. He must push things simultaneously onto you until he has to get away from you, until he has to remove himself from you. And like I always say in the end of my videos, cloak yourself the armor of God. Bolster your prayer regimen, as I mentioned before. Pray for the gift of discernment. Pray for spiritual gifts, especially the gift of discernment is pivotal, is vital. And peace and blessings.